Hello, I'd like to introduce you to our brand new virtual production setup. What this is an industry standard setup that is brand new to the University of Lincoln and is operated by the School of Film, Media and Journalism. And this allows for 12K, up to 12K real-time compositing of real actors and subjects onto digital video or green screen content. This reduces the post-production stage of filmmaking considerably, also alongside allowing for more engaging and immersive interactions between the physical and the virtual worlds. An example can be that we could have an actor in our scene and they can dynamically engage with a virtual actor or a metahuman that could be remotely piloted and controlled via an iPhone or iPad in another room or even another site. So this will open up so many doors to both students and industry. And I'm just going to go through the kind of basic setup in this video. So what you can see here is a 9 by 3 meter green screen space. This is our capture area. This can be extended to be shorter or longer depending on the use case we require. And as you can see at the moment, we have these lights on light stands. These can also be mounted on the ceiling if we need to get them out of the way. So this is just like any traditional green screen technique. This can be multi-purpose. It doesn't have to be used with EP. In fact, virtual production has two tens of ways of doing it. You either do it with green screen technology or you use LED panels. This is the methodology we're using, is the green screen option, just for the portability and the ease of use. So that is at the green screen, which is typical chroma keying. What we also then have, which is unique, is we have the professional industry standard setup. So here we have our Blackmagic Ursa Mini 12K Pro. This is capable of up to 12K footage resolution, although we will be mainly operating it in 8K to 4K, just to reduce the workload on our machine. And this is fitted with, on the top of this device here, you can see we have this thing, which is the Vive Mars Cam Track. I'll explain that a bit more when we look at the system that's powering it. But this allows this camera here to be tracked in 3D space, and even when we adjust our focus or zoom on the lens, this will dynamically in real time change the virtual camera's settings to marry it up. So this keeps everything in sync. The operator here can see the real-time camera view. What we can also do is we can, via the SDI input and output, we can actually have a separate monitor which could show the composite view. And in the middle there, this is just the calibration board, which is what we use to calibrate the 3D space. And that is being tracked, sorry for the light, by these two 3D trackers here, these two sensors. These are the same kind of sensors that are used for virtual reality, but it is a slightly different use case, and this is the way that is used in, quite commonly done in industry. And then what this will lead into, let me just pan the camera down like so, is those sensors are talking to this device here, which is the Vive Mars Cam Track. Now, this is what keeps everything in sync in terms of the 3D data. So you can see 1 and 3, 1 being the camera and 3 in this case being the calibration board, and the two sensors. This could be extended to be larger, so at the moment we can do up to a 5 by 5 meter VP setup, but we can extend this to 10 by 10 meters and then daisy chain them into others, if so that is a possibility for down in the future. But this is essentially a mini computer that is connected to our main machine, which is this one here at the moment. This will down the line be made a lot more portable, so it'll be a trolley rather than a physically a machine on its own. But this is quite a beefy machine. This is a real-time rendering PC. This can run everything in real time, so we can run simulation data, we can compose in live footage, and we don't have to do any post-production work if we don't want to, but obviously we still have that opportunity to do so. And there we go. So if you can just about see there, this is the kind of floor setup we have. So cables are going into the PC, and then on the screen there, it is compositing me over the background. I'll try and get some better footage of that to insert into this video. And like I said, what this allows us to do is we can connect this with other technologies. So this can be connected with things such as Move AI for motion capture and MetaHumans to create photoreal people that engage and react using live link to facial movement and vocals. That can also be integrated into translation software. And the cool thing about this being, which is going to be quite hard to show, let's see if I can do this, is the fact that this camera, because of this 3D tracker on the top, allows us to, if I just unseat this, and I press this button here, and I slide it off the rails. It's going to swap hands for a second. Here we go. So here we have the camera now in handheld mode, and I can move this around. And what you'll struggle to see at the moment is if we look at the computer footage, which I can't show you here, but if I move this camera closer, forwards, left, right, the background, unlike a traditional green screen which would stay static no matter what camera movement we do, we can actually have the two dynamically collected. And if we were to zoom in, zoom out, the focal length and bokeh parallax effect would be reacting correctly, and we can control everything such as frame rates, film, camera settings, artistic styles, etc., all in real time without having to do as much color grading work or as much work in post-production. And that is the joy of it. It is to make the blending of real and physical with the digital and virtual more seamless. And it is a great pipeline for VFX, and I just believe will be very appealing to industries for marketing reasons. Think of it this way: if you want to, we can't get to a location, we can 3D scan an environment, import that into Unreal 5, which is the engine which we're using to power this, and is also the same engine that's used by companies such as Disney, ILM, etc. And we can then incorporate that into a professional 12K quality video film or footage that can be shared around the world. You know, the world is your oyster. So yeah, this is brand new, and is going to be a fantastic addition to the university. And as you can kind of tell, I'm super excited. And yeah, this is just the start of what I hope to be a lot of great things.